It's championship day. The nightcap is Team Posa and Team Miller. Posa defending the goal to the left. Team Miller in white defending the goal to the right. Both had very different semifinal games, but both got here, and I think that's what matters.
Team Miller, number 3 seed coming into the playoffs, took on Team Morgan, the 2 seed in last week's semifinals. And even though Team Morgan, after 20 minutes of play, was up 3-0 and looking towards that championship game, it was Team Miller that flipped the script in the second and third period. They went on to win that game 9-5 against Team Morgan. So that's how they made their trip to the championship game. And on the other side, it's the number 4 seed. It's the lowest seeded team coming into the playoffs who took down the Goliath of Team Slater, the number 1 seed, in a dramatic 4-3 victory. They got the lead late in the third and they held on. The defense was great, and because of that, Team Posa find themselves in the championship game.
The statement with that one, heard around Michigan Elite, was very simple. It was, how can you be upset about the result from Chris Slater? Because that was the best summer hockey game that anyone has ever seen. It felt like a state championship in the MHSAA, but no, it was just Michigan Elite Young Guns. We thought we were going to get announcements, but the teams have made their way to the circles, so we're just going to go. It's Jacob Sherbati in the goal to our left for Team Posa, and it's Charlie Nebus on our right for Team Miller. We'll touch base on those two in just a moment, as well as the interesting storyline surrounding both of them for this championship game. Team Posa back behind, nearly took a weird ricochet on the clear by Noah Walter around, but the loose change picked up by Lewis Adair. The speedy defenseman couldn't chip it by JT House. Aiden McDonald takes it. Leaks its way and poked by JT House back into the offensive end. Over on the far side, Wall they battle in, and Whitlock up to the point, kept in by Team Miller, but now thrown the other direction. Possible 3-on-2 rush the other way for Team Posa. The 4-seeded Zachary Wansel. Talked to him last game about his beautiful defensive performance. The entire Team Posa team had one of those performances to take down Team Slater. It's Lewis Adair. Leave it onto the far side wall. Back in front, that one paddled aside by Nebus. Leaked its way back to Wansel. Puck down low in the far side corner, working back up the half wall. Team Posa able to keep the puck in the zone real quick. It's Adair down the wing. Dancing in the top of the circle, he'll thread the needle across the seam. Wansel walks and fires it, ricochets just wide and around the netting. Leaks its way back to the neutral zone, still controlled by Noah Walter, who will dump that one in and get a crucial change. Both teams get the wholesale to go their way. Team Miller possesses after a long time in the defensive end. It's Lucas Schmaggy. Schmaggy from a mile away. The puck ricochets north of the goal and off the end around glass. Chase Stevens had a heck of a game for Team Posa. He headmans this puck up top to Karadimas. Karadimas chips to himself off the half wall, taken away defensively by Nick Smith back in the play. Somer Bashi dumps that one in back behind the goal, guarded by Charlie Nebus. Work behind Mark Baldridge back in the lineup for Team Miller. Work on the back end. It's one in the corner. Smith delivers a check to Bashi. That one leaks its way back into the face-off. Chase Stevens throws into open ice. Somer Bashi picks up, leaking down low. Olo Sorman nearly had a beautiful look in the slot, but look out, could be numbers the other way. Long stretch across the ice. It's Sean Goff. Smith going to the net. Goff looks for him and just ramped over the right side pad.
Oh, and Smith raises his head to the sky there after that one. He was unmarked. He streaked towards the net, had a great chance to tip it back door.
Puck leaks behind. We've seen back and forth action, and we're getting ricochets in resemblance of that Team Posa 4-3 win. That was speed, defense, and chances both ways. Sharp angle off the post, in front, back bar. They say it hits the top and does not go into the back of the net. Team Miller stays. Schmaggy, Michigan. That one's on the outside of the apron. It looked like Lucas Schmaggy answered with a Michigan top glove side, but instead it settles on the outside, and we get a whistle with 17:21 to go in the first.
Schmaggy trying to pull off the Michigan in the championship game. We've seen one scored by his teammate earlier in the season that came in the regular season from McDonald. But for Team Miller, 2 grade A chances. One going off the corner of the crossbar, another great chance from Schmaggy there. They're starting off the game hot.
Caden Mason gets in front of that shot from Cyganski while we have a quick moment at the whistles. We talked about the storyline with these two netminders, Ryan. They both played earlier today.
Yeah, they both did, and Charlie Nebus had himself so many shots to save because we did play a 3-on-3 third-place decider game, so it was pretty much the goalies got wrung out in that affair, and now they're back between the pipes for this one. Luckily, there was about an hour break, but Nebus and Sherbati both were playing and started in that last game. Actually, Sherbati came in halfway through, but who's keeping track?
Sherbati played 30 minutes. Nebus played 60 of 3-on-3 hockey. I'll do the math for you. That's not fun as a goaltender. Dancing is Wilkerson, able to get by the forecheck and keep that puck away. But the Bureau's going to pick up the change. Wilkerson just got it by Swanigan. Able to pickpocket the Bureau and leave it for Whitman Park back in the lineup for Team Posa. Missed heavily last week at the delayed offside. That's going to be blown dead. We'll get a whistle and a face-off in the neutral zone. But for both these goalies, being tired, of course, playing a lot of hockey before this, 3-on-3 is tiring as a goaltender and very taxing. I think the moral of the story's got to be for both teams, just put the puck towards them.
Yeah, and if the earlier you get the puck on net, the better it's going to be. Just if you have any look from anywhere, a good decision would be just put the puck on net, see what happens. They're going to be a bit tired, maybe Nebus a little bit more than Sherbati, just because Nebus had the full 60 in between the net last game. But they could be giving up stuff. Also, sure, you could look at it like them warming up, but now there's been a big break in between. I don't know if that helps.
Duggan fired that one wide of the glove side. It's AJ Kuchenis in the corner for Team Posa. Breakout pass got by. Here's a sharp angle for Alex Green. Green in front. He was looking. It leaks to Kiro. He fires that one just over the right side pad and wide. JT House back up top. Cyganski walks and fires this one. Ricochets in front. Good tie-up from Wilkerson to get it away from Alex Green. Leaks JT House. Good save challenging Sherbati. He'll gobble the rebound up.
A reason why Team Posa last week defeated the #1 seed in this tournament of Team Slater was because of Team Posa's defense. They only had 5 defensive skaters in last week, and they performed so well. Landon Wilkerson right there on that tie-up. If he didn't tie that up, that's the first goal of the game for Team Miller. Easy. Great play there from Wilkerson.
Coach Shennis brings Landon Whitlock. Defense was a key, and the offense stepped up when needed for Team Posa. They have the puck in the offensive end right now. One leaks its way back up top. Over on the far side, Adair. D-to-D sauce pass Wansel on the near side wing. He'll walk down the wall and fire. That one went about off 4 bodies in front of the net and wide. It's dug in off the wall looking for JT House. Beautiful angle by Adair, but he's rubbed off by the bigger JT House. Dug in, backdoor, Green scores! Team Miller opens the scoring. Beautiful turnover, makeshift 2-on-1. It's Aiden Duggan to Alex Green, and it's a 1-0 lead for the team in white.
And that was a beautiful combination from the two to score the game's first goal. Aiden Duggan, the quick pass and even quicker release from Green. If Green waited for a second, if he delayed, he wouldn't have had that open space on the near side, and he just gets it underneath that blocker. And I mean just. Sherbati got over there as quick as he could, and there was a little bit of a window open up, and that's exactly where Green put it. Great goal to start this game.
Team Post on a deficit early on. Aiden McDonald will dump this puck in. Back behind Sherbati out of his cage. He'll reverse it up the near side wall. Back down low, they wheel with Noah Walter. Team Posa was phenomenal at answering in their semifinal game, but at the same time controlled that game for majority of the time. That clicked off the clock as that one goes out of play for a whistle. .57 to go in the first. Still, we played 5:03, but it feels like we've played an entire nation worth of games because, my goodness, it's been back and forth for 5:03.
Yeah, the puck's been bouncing around. It's been hard to get some great chances on net, but it seems like Team Miller, if there is a little bit of an edge, it's in their favor at this point in time. But Team Posa, we've seen them warm up into games over the season and get better as the season's gone along, and that's why they're in this championship game right here, right now.
Karadimas had that puck poked away in the corner. Solomon trying to chip it by. Really good pinch on the wall and a big hit from McDonald. Loose puck found the stick of Noah Walter, but he's angled off into the corner. It's Andrew Combs. Combs back up top for Bashi. Bashi settles down, fires into the chest of Nebus. His first look in a while is covered up.
And Bashi, he would want that opportunity back a little bit. There wasn't any traffic in front. They had 2 people sitting on both posts, but both of them guarded up well. Bashi just throwing it to the net, see what happens there. And Nebus, we did say throw pucks on net earlier, see what happens, but that one right into the middle of the body of Nebus. He's making that save 10 times out of 10 with no rebound given up.
Back behind is Jackson Leiter. Andrew Combs in on the pinch, throws it toward the low slot. Thrown up the wall by Devin Solomon. Excuse me, Devin Solomon, yes. Swanigan down the wing, backhands over. Nick Smith cross the lane, fires that one just wide.
Another great opportunity for Nick Smith. He had one earlier on that didn't go, and that opportunity was just wide.
Playing with the behind the puck. Or behind the net, excuse me. It leaks its way back up to the blue. Leiter fires through traffic. That one never made it there. Believe it hit the body of Nick Smith in front. Karadimas will leave up the middle. Team Posa on the breakout. Chase Stevens poked away directly in the stick of Karadimas. His shot ricochets wide. Poked away by Connor Ulmer, and he'll start the breakout now for Team Miller. No Milne ice for Milne. Chips it by. What a defensive play from Wilkerson to keep that one away. Near side wall cycled back in. Bashy up the wall. Caden Mason tried to backhand that one away. Just rolled off the blade. Dangerous. Smith in front. Shoots that one off of the post. Went off of Sherbani, off the iron, and stayed out somehow, some way.
Nick Smith now 3 golden opportunities in this one. Sherbani just gets a piece of it. The post finishes it off, but it stays out.
Back down low. Cyganski off of the puck. Battle will put this one up the wall. Smith had that one lost in the skates of Green. Green collects, sharp wing. He'll put this one in front, looking for DeBiro, but it goes just past the outstretched stick of number 25. Couldn't get this by with a lot of speed as it goes the other direction. Thibault couldn't get it. Now it's Alex Green. Green has DeBiro going to the net. DeBiro ramps that one over the blocker's side. It leaks its way back out front.
What a little chip pass there from Green, showing off the finesse there on that pass, but DeBiro just sending it over as that goes into the bench of Team Miller.
That one ramped in, and Jacob Sherbati's been tall early on. Charlie Nebus hasn't had much pressure his way since the first 90 seconds, give or take, that Team Posa absolutely came out firing. Team Miller the higher seed in this one, 3 versus 4. Showing why with an early goal. That one centered in front, just fanned on. Back up the wall, Duggan leaves Green. Green trying to get by. What a pinch and hold from Louis Adair, but it does leak its way out to the neutral zone.
And Alex Green, number 7 with the puck right now. I'm glad he got on the score sheet early. He's somebody who's had so much skill all season long, but hasn't really put the numbers up to match his skill. But today, getting that first goal, and he's playing a really good game today so far.
Dozen minutes remaining on the dot left in this first period. Battle on the wall on the near side, and the Team Posa defensive end will leak its way all the way to the Team Miller blue line. Cyganski trying to evade pressure in the corner. 2 Team Posa forecheckers knock him off his skates. Collapsing in the corner. Hounding forecheck from this Team Posa forward line. Leaks its way behind, leaks in front, backhand is just wide from Ross Blastic. Duggan trying to fight through the forecheck. He'll get it by the Cyganski, who will just throw it up the near side wall. Kept in by Wansel and chipped back in deep. Back behind it goes, circled back in front. Loose puck ricochets high slot. Adair keeps it in for Wansel. Wansel fires. That one is blocked by his own forward and goes wide. This one is back in the far side corner. Once again, this hounding forecheck from Team Posa. Chipped up by Alex Green for DeBiro. Left it, thrown back in deep by Duggan. Team Miller goes for a crucial change. Team Posa will change on the front end as well. Adair couldn't fight through the hit. Schmaggy backhands, good paddle by Sherbati.
And if Sherbati didn't get that paddle on the puck there, that was a beautiful opportunity to get the second one into the net.
Noah Walter makes a business decision and veers away from Sean Goff, who is ready to deliver a bone-crushing hit in the corner. Once again, this breakout is trapped on the wall and then thrown to the other end of the ice. It's Alex Kiro who will go end-to-end. 1 level and 2 levels through to the 3rd level. Knocked away. JT House fan on the shot will get the loose change back and cycle it down low. Aiden McDonald fights through a hit. Lost his edge. He's able to keep it in for the time being, but thrown up the wall. Karadimas will throw this one into the neutral zone. Alex Kiro. JT House throws that one in deep. Sherbati can't play it. Finds Schmaggy on the far side wall. Schmaggy into the corner, battling with Andrew Combs. Ships it to himself. In to help is Landon Whitlock. Somer Bashy, as we're under 10 minutes to go in this period. Breakout pass to Karadimas, the full head of steam. He can fly. Karadimas down the wing. Backhand, forehand, looking for Combs on the back post.
Great play there from the defenseman, Goff, making sure that backdoor opportunity was shut down.
Karadimas, a little too fancy for his own well-being. Schmaggy's pushed off the puck.
Ooh.
Another big hit on the walls. It's thrown towards an arm in the air, and it's going to be coincidentals or on Team Posa, I believe. They had the puck, but it looked like it was on Schmaggy. He looks like he's the guilty party.
Yeah, it looks like
see if they bring anyone with them. But a very interesting time to blow the whistle. Team Posa had the puck.
Very interesting time to call it dead there. Yeah, you thought it was the other team because of that, but looks like 2 minutes for interference on Shmaggy. It seemed like he laid just one too many hits there on, I believe, Bashy was the recipient of that. So he's going to sit in the box, and a great time to get some opportunities to tie this one up.
Power play opportunity for Team Posa. The first special teams advantage. This one's leaked back out. Alex Tebow, the defenseman for Team Posa, collects it in his own end and wheels around the net on the near side. He'll turn and lead for Whitman Park.
And this comes off about like a minute or two ago when Team Posa had 1 minute of zone time, had some decent chances. So this, on top of that, this could be deadly.
Stevens in the corner. Wasn't a pretty zone entrance, but it got the job done. Now scrambling to try to set up. Bouncing puck hops over Stevens, finds Leiter, and he'll try to get this one back out. He will into the netting. So we'll get a whistle with 1:24 remaining on the man advantage.
Some players to watch out for here on this power play. Number 11 in goal, Chase Stevens. He's very talented, very smart, and quick with the puck on his forehand.
This one's poked forward by Caden Mason, but good collection on the wall by Jackson Leiter. Tebow on the far side through the middle of the ice. Tebow and Mason play give and go. That pass a little too much over the stick of Whitman Park and all the way down for an icing.
Ooh.
So 49 seconds of a man advantage, and it has not been a pretty 49 seconds, excuse me.
Not ideal. The last thing you want to do, excuse me, is ice the puck on your own power play. Unfortunately, that's what happens for Team Posa, so they'll have to take this defensive draw here. We've seen a lot of shorthanded goals all season long. Let's see if they could get something going in Team Miller.
That one leaks back up to the blue. It's thrown back in deep. Wilkerson struggled. It hopped over his stick. Schweinigan couldn't get by the angle, and he throws it back in deep. Halfway through the man advantage.
Even though Wilkerson made that mistake, he showed with his body that he could get that puck back, and he righted his wrongs instantly there by just applying some pressure with his body, pushing the man off the puck, and now with 45 seconds left, his team gets another opportunity.
It's Ross Blastic. Down the right side wing, he'll protect with the backhand as he's angled off by Jackson Leiter. Oh. What a defensive play from 1-6 and White as those two are tied up in the corner. Looked like their cages might have got intertwined. Louis Adair all the way back behind the net, guarded by Jacob Sherbati, has 22 seconds left on the man advantage as he starts his breakout through the middle of the ice. Adair onto the near side wing. Team Post on the entry, looking for Adair. It bounced by. Blastic throws that one back up to the point. Wansel fumbled it off the skate. It's Green who will throw it to the neutral zone. Now will officially end the power play with 3 seconds remaining on the man advantage. Louis Adair settles.
Not what you want on the first power play opportunity of the game. They just never really got anything going. They did get in the zone, but it was never clean. It was never calculated. They never got the cycle going at all, and it goes to waste.
That one taken away in the slot, thrown back into the neutral zone off a barrage of skates. It's Louis Adair dancing through 3 levels of Team Miller, dancing through 4. He's tied up by Ulmer. No arm in the air as the backhand is just over the blocker's side.
I would have liked to see an arm in the air because Adair had Ulmer beat. Ulmer just held on with his stick and his glove and stopped that opportunity.
Adair had a good opportunity there, but it goes off the blade. Now springs Nick Smith down the wing with Adair back checking to the outside. What a poke check from 5 in goal, and that chance is spoiled.
Absolutely textbook defense there from Adair, who just sprinted the opposite side of the ice and lays a big hit.
And that's going to get an arm in the air. They just kind of collided, but I believe with the pressure that was going on and the, I want to say, emotions flaring in the moment, that it might be Adair, but at the same time, it could just have been a whistle due to the unfortunate collision because Adair does not seem to be going to the box.
Yeah, I think because the helmet popped off, they blew the play dead. And I don't blame Adair there at all with that hit because, like I just said a minute ago, with Ulmer interfering with him after Adair beat him, some frustration kind of boiled over there, and as he laid the hit on DeBeer on the opposite side. But I don't know. I think Adair was a little bit robbed there, but I'm not the stripes on the ice. That's why I'm yapping up here in the box.
Karadimas 2-on-1. He'll turn and fire a howitzer, but Charlie Nebus says that's easy. That's clockwork. It's in the glove.
He made it look easy, but that shot was lethal. That had lower bar going down into the net, written all over it, and Nebus, as quick as he could be, snatched that glove up and made sure that didn't go anywhere. Maybe crossbar back out. Might have been exaggerating a little bit.
Still just 1-0 as we're nearing half a dozen. 6 minutes on the dot left to go in this first period. Aiden McDonald had it poked away, but it finds the stick of Nick Smith, who's been everywhere early on. Smith trying to collect with a backhand. Combs will throw it back up. Baldridge couldn't handle. 2-on-1 the other way with Kochenis. It's Karadimas. Karadimas on the left side wing. Sharp window for Kochenis. It's just off the heel. Oh my goodness, another grade A chance for Team Posa, spoiled by an odd bounce as Nick Smith couldn't get by the pinching Waylon Smith, but eventually he'll pick up the loose change.
Oh, what a chance there from Team Posa. It looked like that puck went in kind of slow-mo there, and maybe that's what tripped up Kochenis as he couldn't get a clean shot off.
Karadimas for Combs. That shot is blocked by Mark Baldridge. Karadimas will throw this one, attempting to go back to Wilkerson at the blue, but a little too hot to handle. It leaks all the way back, and Wilkerson will settle behind his own cage. Turn and drop for Bashi up the wall. Much needed change. But Karadimas controls the puck. For Bashi on the near side, Kochenis will fill the lane. Long stretch of the neutral zone is ramped in deep by Landon Whitlock. This one thrown towards the middle of the ice. Chase Stevens, fresh off the bench, had it poked by from Aiden McDonald. Look out for McDonald in speed. He chipped it to open ice in the corner. McDonald absorbs the hit from Wilkerson as this one's thrown into open ice by Team Posa. Bashi just threw it anywhere he could. That wasn't going to be a turnover, but eventually did find the sticks of Team Miller, and it's Sean Goff down the wing. Goff inside. Goff somehow had the puck, but poked away at the last minute and thrown in deep by Devin Solomon. Duggan would have shake his man, cut inside. Stevens breaks it up, leaks to Goff. Goff, D-to-D, far side, shot opportunity. That one saved by Sherbati off the stick of Solomon. Back up for Goff. He's dancing. He gets by. Sean Goff showing off the mitts. Eventually thrown back out to the neutral zone, and Max Brandon will throw it in deep.
Yeah, a play like that from Goff at the blue line, that takes some guts. You're pretty much the last man back there with the puck. If you get beat, it could be a breakaway, it could be a 2-on-1 the other way, but Goff showing off the mitts confidently.
Lighter up the near side wall, trying to fight through. But this Team Posa forecheck is absolutely hounding. Trying to get it up is Tebow.
They've been hounding all game long, but somehow it hasn't really given them that many opportunities. Soon, though, one of these forechecks or one of these hounds of the pucks will go their way, and they'll get a grade A shot off of it.
Looking on the near side, Schweinigan had to really adjust on a tight window, and it gave Sherbati enough time to slide over. Sherbati has to adjust the mask. It looks like it's in an uncomfortable position. He's just toying with it with his glove. I think he wants a whistle, but he's not going to get it. Yeah. If he wants the whistle, just take it off.
I mean, he wants to take off his glove so he could adjust it, but obviously right now you can't.
Looking back door. I believe it's the shield at the neck. Now it's Alex Green. Drops for Leiter, D-to-D pass far side. Cyganski fires Sherbati the save as it goes into the far end corner. Thrown back up and kept in by Cyganski. He'll turn and fire. That one ramped inside and caught the blade of Wansel.
Feels like a power play right now for Team Miller.
Team Posa tired at the end of a shift. Cyganski all day walks down Main Street and fires, but directly into the crest of the gold jersey of Jacob Sherbati.
Yeah, that visor, it looks like one of the straps definitely snapped off or got lodged up somewhere where it shouldn't be. He'll finally have the time to fix it, as that was about a minute 30 straight from Team Miller just hounding in the zone, and you mentioned it, all the players on the ice for Team Posa, they were just gassed. They were pretty much just coasting there. Nobody was charging the puck. They were just keeping their positions that they were in, and luckily, Sherbati, they're able to make a number of saves, and on the last one, made sure there was no rebound.
Able to attend to the mask. It took a little bit longer than I think everyone thought it would. The centermen were lined up for about 15 seconds. But now both teams get a much-needed change after back-and-forth action for a handful of minutes occurs. Into the corner we battle. Makes its way to Landon Whitlock. Whitlock up for Whitman Park, who will circle back into his own end. Up on the near side wall, they have time and space on the breakout. Waylon Smith with a full head of steam down the wing. Smith cutting towards, throws it towards Nebus, but holding his post and covering it up.
And Smith there on that streak had a tiny, tiny bit of daylight on that near side. He said, you know what, screw it, I'll take it. I'll take anything that we could got, because right now Team Posa has not had many opportunities on Nebus in this game. And if you could sprout your own offense, and that's exactly what Smith did there, he'll take it. And he had a decent chance to get something.
Defensive zone draw for Team Miller is pushed back by DeBiro. They wrap it up the far side wall. Now on the breakout through the neutral zone. This one chipped in, but a tire was blown in the neutral zone. Now Ross Blastic, pickpocketed by Nick Smith and Lewis Adair. A magnet to the puck, controls in his own end. He's a magnet, he's a magician, he gets by 3.
Ow.
Lewis Adair through 3, but can't get by the 4th. Good play from Kiro defensively.
Yeah, he wanted to take on all 5 at that point. Once he got through 3, he had all the confidence in the world, and he almost made it work.
It's a big defensive play from Alex Kiro to keep it a 1-0 game. Back in front for Park, and he fires it directly into a sunk Nebus in his crease.
One loose puck could be trouble. And that one saved there by Nebus, but a great chance from Park as Waylon Smith from down low fed it to him out in front. Could have been the tying goal, but this one's a tough defensive play. The players are swarming to the puck. They're not giving much time and space for anybody that gets the puck. And right now we haven't seen the best offense just because the defense has been good.
This shot ricochets into the corner. It looked like it hit off of a helmet, but now finds its way into the slot. Duggan able to get it out of harm's way, but thrown back into the offensive end by Bashi. Nebus out of his cage. He'll settle it down for his defense. Goff throws up the wall, bouncing puck again. It leaks and finds its way to Sean Goff, luckily for Team Miller. This one's thrown back in the neutral zone. Wilkerson. Solomon back to Wilkerson. They play give and go. Cross the blue line with Bashi through the middle. Beautiful zone entrance right here. Throwing it towards, but just wide.
That was one of the cleaner zone entries of the day for Team Posa.
And Team Miller doing a great job in the neutral zone at preventing anything. As Duggan now enters and banks off the wall looking for McDonald, but stick lifted by Wilkerson. Potential 2-on-1 with Sorman down the wing they go. Sorman cutting to the cage, going inside, but couldn't adjust to the one-timer. This one leaks its way over past Bashi. Now it's Duggan with a foot race. Wilkerson closing and going to be a sharp angle shot. Sherbani the save and the rebound. Nobody's home, but Andrew Combs to collect with a full head of steam. On the far side for Sorman. Good drop for Combs. His sharp angle shot settles on the outside apron of the net. Looked like it took a weird ricochet and just settles on the outside. That's where we'll get a whistle, and that's where we'll get a face-off with 15 seconds remaining in the first period.
Oh, this game's great. I'm so glad we got these two teams in the championship matchup. If you missed the regular season and last week's semifinals, these two teams are the higher seeded teams, the number 3 seeded team and the number 4 seeded team. They both upset last week against their respective opponents, and we got a great matchup. These two teams are so evenly matched. It's great to see.
Karadimas was looking to make something out of nothing, but it's taken away. 6 seconds left as Schmaggy just dragged the line, but fires into the glove of Sherbati. It was close, but they give him the benefit of the doubt. He throws it on net with 1.4 to go.
Now, we've talked about the goaltenders in this one. Both of them did play in last game, the third place decider, as we're going to get an extra skater on for Team Miller. Nebus sitting on the bench with 1.4 to go, so the smart heads-up play, and we'll see if it pays off.
It's 1.4. You're assuming nothing can go wrong on the other end, and it's only upside. Thrown towards the net, and Wansel able to get a blade on it because Nick Smith and Aiden Swinigan were untouched going to the low slot, but that'll do it for the opening 20.
Yeah, that could have been a little dangerous there. You love the heads-up play with a little time on the clock. Just get the extra skater on, win it forward, see what happens. Nothing, unfortunately, for Kip Miller's squad as the first period comes to an end. But after 20 minutes of play, it is a 1-0 lead for Team Miller. It was Aiden Duggan, assisting Alex Green. A beautiful bang-bang 1-2 quick goal. Al scored early on in this one, but no other goals in that first period. So we got a low-scoring defensive affair. And maybe the warm-up in the previous game from Nebus and Sherbati is paying off. Maybe less about tired, more about, hey, we already got a game underneath our belts, and it was a heck of a game because it was a full 3-on-3 for 60 minutes. So both goalies got tested, but championship, not that at all. They're warmed up, and we got a heck of a game ahead of us.
What worked for Team Posa so well in round 1 against Team Slater was they were the hounding forecheck. Yes, we've seen that today. But they were absolutely pests around the boards. They have really not been pests around the boards in their own end so far in this one, and that's kind of what Team Miller's exposing. But they go to the other end. We switch sides. Team Posa attacking right to left. Team Miller the opposite. As Coach Chenis in his own slot will go D to D. Tebow up for Karadimas through the slot. Karadimas working on Leiter, able to get it by, but Leiter able to take the body away. Take him out of the play as that one leaks its way to Nebus, but he's able to paddle it aside. Here's Jackson Leiter up in the play, trying to get by Alex Tebow. Leiter with the backhand, sending this puck in front, but Wansel able to ramp it into the corner. Leaks its way back up top. A little bit of time to fire and wind, but enough time for a stick to get in the way and ramp it into the protective netting.
Yeah, Schweinsteigen wanted to get something going. He waited for his players to get a little bit closer to the net, maybe a lane to open up late, but all that time he took closed the one lane he had, tipped up and out of play.
Schmaggy able to win this draw back to Leiter. That one's read by Karadimas, but Devin Solomon with the stick of his life right there to keep it away from being a Costa Karadimas breakaway. Wansel back up the wall, Kochenis. Kochenis throws it towards the slot. That one skated away. He's able to pick up the play and put it towards the neutral zone, but Maxwell Brandon able to get away with the hammer. Into the slot for Schmaggy. He has time and walks. That one fired off the wall. Schmaggy behind the cage, backhands in front. Kochenis the only one home. He'll leave for Karadimas. Here's a 2-on-2 the other way with Karadimas and Kochenis. Karadimas to the outside, dancing, just lost it, and Connor Ulmer able to take it away. Errantly thrown up top, Kochenis walks and fires and scores! A turnover leads to a tie game. It's AJ Kochenis, and it's 1-1 with 18:41 to go in the second.
Kochenis there, the recipient of that loose puck. A little too ginger on that pass there from Ulmer to his teammate. It gets picked off. Kochenis gets it, and what a wicked wrister to go low blocker. That you blink and you miss it. That was a quick shot, and that's how it beat Nebus there. We got a 1-1 game.
Looked for a minute that Ulmer made the play of the day as Adair tries to dance and it's turned over. Here's another makeshift 2-on-1 for Smith off the skate. He scores! Sometimes the fastball's not needed. It's a knuckle puck. It beats Sherbati, and it's a 2-1 game just like that, a whopping 18 seconds later.
One goal can break the dam, and the flood opens up as they announced the last goal that was just scored before this one. So Team Miller reclaimed the lead off a little bit of a weird play there, but either way it beat Sherbati, and they reclaimed the lead just 18 seconds after Team Posa tied it up.
As a goaltender, you're not expecting that one, but Smith had to adjust off the skate, didn't get a lot of lumber on it. It's a knuckleball, maybe a curveball, but it's something off speed, and nonetheless, what an answer as this one sprung through the neutral zone for Mason. Caden Mason will dump this one in and go chase. Sygansky, the defenseman, back in the play. Throwing up the wall as Team Posa now has a little bit extra juice in their legs. It's Lewis Adair, who was at the bad side of that turnover that led to the 2-on-1 and a 2-1 lead for Team Miller. But we know what Adair can do in space, and he's going to do it just now and get across the red and dump this one in. Nick Smith just throws this one toward the neutral zone to get it out. Adair able to get a stick and keep it in the offensive attacking end. Whitman Park protecting with the backhand, working on Ulmer. Park taken down in the corner by Ulmer. Really good angle. This one's thrown back in the neutral zone. Gonna bounce off Adair and just got a stick on it to save a breakaway. Oh my goodness, it was nearly 3-1 Team Miller. Park will turn and fire, and looking for a wobbler that makes its way to the netting, and we'll get a whistle.
Ooh, bullet dodge there for Team Posa. That could have spelled trouble. That could have been a 2-goal lead for the team in white. Not to be, though, as we got full-fledged change, fresh 5 skaters for both squads coming onto the ice. We saw a low-scoring first period, but within 18 seconds, both teams get a tally. And now it's Team Miller up 2-1.
Bashy shot get blocked. McDonald up for Duggan, who's already got one, but Bashy ties him up. Wilkerson in to help, and he'll put it in the neutral zone. Foot race the other end. Andrew Combs has the edge. He's shot out of a cannon, but Sean Goff able to get enough of the stick on that one. As McDonald for DeBiro, who picks it up in stride now on the right side wing. DeBiro, sharp angle. He'll fire that one off the inside of the paddle of Sherbati, and it goes into the protective netting for a whistle. Really weird spot for a goaltender to save a puck, because you almost feel like it's going to go off of your blocker hand, the palm side of the blocker, and go in. That face-off pushed over to the wall by Team Posa. Bashy behind as that one leaks its way up top and is kept in by Mark Baldridge. Open is Stevens leaking. That puck hopped over his blade, trying to collect the loose change. Sean Goff able to chop it away. Bouncing puck, pinballs away and finds Team Miller offensive end. Aiden McDonald. Combs poked that one away, but McDonald maintains in the corner, fights through a big hit. You know Team Posa loves that.
The tag team in the corner from Wilkerson, and I believe Combs, as Combs is skating to the bench, he may have taken a weird hit off of that, and he's feeling a little bit on his shoulder.
Stick is also on the ice. It could be broken as that puck is thrown towards. It's handling in the high slot right now is where it stands. Battle down low, just trying to get the puck out of the end so a referee can pick up the errant stick. Almost like you have an extra defender up there that's manning the high slot as this one leaks its way, and the stick is picked up. Bashy, good hold with the blade, able to get by two and now start the rush on the far side wing. Working on Mark Baldridge in a sharp, severe angle from the corner. That one off of Nebus and off of the outside of the iron.
Yeah, you could tell he wanted to go past, but both his lanes were shut down, so he took his only opportunity he could, and that one rang the post.
No high stick call. We play on as this one's turned and fired all the way down. Arm in the air signals icing, and that's what we will get with 15:38 to go in the second period.
And after that hit in the near side corner, I did say maybe it was Combs nursing a little bit of pain, but I think you were right. It was just the broken stick, so he had to drop it, go off and get a new one because he looks good on the bench.
And a sigh of relief for Team Posa because Andrew Combs has been an absolute monster the last 3 weeks. He has been all over the ice. He's played both forward and defense for the team in gold in parts of their upsets. As Alex Kiro for Team Miller will start this breakout. Sharp window, but what a stick. And who else but Zachary Wansel to get another stick on as it now hits the ice. And it leads for Leiter, who couldn't control the stretch pass. Icing waved off at Alex Tebow. That one off of the metal hinges of the glass, and it's thrown the other way. Maybe a catch of a break for Landon Whitlock, who has the puck. Has a man going in the slot. Kiro with a good stick. Olo Sorman with the puck in the corner. He'll chip it for Whitlock, but Kiro, another good stick, knocks it out of the air. In to help, Team Posa keeps it going. Back down low they go, Sorman. This line of two Brighton Bulldogs and a product of Big B AAA and Olo Sorman firing on all cylinders for Team Posa all night, but not on the score sheet yet. Whitlock walks out looking, and that one just poked away. Back up to Sorman. He fires, and it somehow found an open lane right into the glove of Nebus.
That was a great shift there from Team Posa. That combination of players getting some good opportunities on net. Unfortunately, on that last shot there, Nebus was able to see it the whole way through. There was traffic in front, but Nebus found a way. Made sure play stops. Gets a break for his team who needed it there.
Combs back on the ice, working the center. He'll win this one over to Karadimas. Karadimas on top of the circle. Good shot, but good right pad save through traffic by Nebus. Adair, good pinch. Toe drag, can't get by. Now a dangerous chance the other way for Brannon. Way too far in front of Nick Smith as Nick Smith and Waylon Smith will battle in the far end corner. Alex Green in to help. He'll walk up the wall, chip up Cyganski. Cyganski, Green for Smith in the corner, but that one took a weird ricochet. Waylon Smith trying to tie up. Nick Smith will walk out. He'll get by Adair trying to lay the body. Karadimas dancing in his own end. Dangerous, but when you're Karadimas, it doesn't matter because you are an absolute wizard. Gets it by. Cyganski gets by and starts the rush. 3-on-2. What a stick from Louis Adair. Back down Cyganski. Cyganski tried to put it in the slot. Smith's shot is just off the blocker of Sherbati. A lot of pressure from Team Miller as Louis Adair will throw it up the wall. Combs, bounce pass, open ice. Coach Ennison a foot race in the corner. Gonna have a very severe angle and won't have anything because Devin Solomon will strip it by. Thrown up the wall, Nick Smith couldn't get it by once again. Louis Adair able to pinch. Adair dancing, keeping the puck somehow, some way. Puck on a string. Into the far side corner for Karadimas. Karadimas threads the needle. Waylon Smith collects the loose change. Waylon Smith, AJ Kochenis. Has the lone goal today for Team Posa. Back over for Adair. Adair into the slot. Karadimas looking in front nearly at Kochenis for part two on the doorstep. This one long, stretching a flip and a collision with Nick Smith and Andrew Combs evades the icing as Alex Green will be the first into the corner. Waylon Smith in the right place, right time, low slot to take it away. Kochenis circles back into his own end. Over for Adair. Adair too hot to handle. It's Green. Team Posa in the midst of a change. Here's Green. Green kicks it to himself. Adair angles him to the outside. Sharp angle shot. Easily saved by Sherbati. Alex Green, an absolute pest on the puck. Keeps it. Gets up to Goff. Goff. Ulmer. Time. Fires looking for a rebound, but paddled into the corner by Sherbati. Now the other way, Karadimas chips it to himself, but Sean Goff is right there to take it away. Threw it into Kochenis, and it's back into Goff to evade. And now 4-on-3 the other direction, 5-on-3 at that with the Bureau. Broken up by another excellent hold from Louis Adair.
It's getting a little sloppy right now.
They're at the end of their shifts. They're exhausted as this one's thrown in deep. 12 minutes remaining in the second. We're nearing our halftime cut. Back up Ulmer, DeBiro, bouncing puck, works its way into the near side corner. This one just thrown all the way down and out by Team Posa at the end of a shift. You're going to see probably a wholesale change. That was a long one.
Yeah, good decision to make there. Just throw it down the ice. I was going to say, if you're Team Posa, you just need a clean clear. And luckily in this league, if you do clear it down for icing, you get the change that you need. So that's exactly what they do there, because there were a couple times they couldn't clear it. It stayed in. Team Miller got another opportunity. Doesn't go in, but it could have cost them.
Goff will fire that one, ramped away by Schmaggy, but just wide. Really good bang-bang play in front, looking for Schmaggy off the draws. This one's centered for DeBiro, cutting to the cage, and it's cycled back down by Team Miller. Rides up the near side half wall, finds DeBiro, sharp window, and a really good stick by Ross Blastic to break it up for the time being. Works its way back down low, in front, ramps across a couple bodies, makes its way to Sherbati, and he'll make the save and cover it up with 11-19.
And there's no stat for great defensive plays there or just playing good defense in general, but Bashi out in front, just making sure that lane isn't open. He's sitting right in front of the goaltender. He's got active eyes. He's got an active stick, and he blocks that puck out of harm's way. That's something that doesn't show up on the stat sheet, but that's just good defensive play.
Well, if there's a stat for that, Team Posa would have a lot of them in this playoffs. Because my goodness, nearing 90 minutes of hockey in the playoffs of Michigan Elite Young Guns, and Team Posa's defense has been pretty darn stout in front of their goaltenders. This one leaks its way back into the slot, thrown over for Chase Stevens. Here Stevens has the edge, at Goff a little flat-footed. Stevens fires off the blocker side of Nebus, and it's picked up by Sean Goff, now in stride. Goff, headmans for McDonald. McDonald can fly and has a rocket. He'll fire that rocket off the right side skate of Sherbati.
Used Wilkerson as a little bit of a shield as he shot that puck too. That one could have been at a little bit of a surprise for Sherbati, but it wasn't.
Kiro throws this one towards it, bounces off the wall behind the cage. JT House had a big goal for Team Miller last week. He's down low with Aiden Duggan, who has a big goal for Team Miller this week. Thrown back up the near side wall and kept in by Baldridge. This one thrown back up into open ice. Kiro in the neutral zone. Had Olo Sorman pressuring. Whitlock will keep it and throw it back towards. Big hit delivered by Duggan. Kiro will strip it away. Alex Kiro for Aiden McDonald on the near side wing. McDonald had a sharp angle and fires it wide, and it wraps around the wall all the way back to the neutral zone. Next whistle will ensuingly cut the ice and give us a break. But before that, it's Team Posa 3-on-1. Over on the far side, Noah Walter spins, looks in front, they score! At the buzzer, 10 minutes on the dot remaining in the period. And it's Olo Sorman that ties it at 2. Cinematic first 30 ends in cinematic fashion. A buzzer beater at the dot, and it's 2-2 going to the break. Oh my goodness, Ryan, what did we see and what will we see in the next 30? The answer, if you want to play Jeopardy, is what is electric hockey? It's Michigan Elite Championship, and it's 2-2 at the buzzer from Olo Sorman. We'll be back shortly.
Back half, 30 minutes, nearly on the dot, I should say. 9:58 to go in the second period. We cut the ice. We resume. If you're just joining us, it's been a 2-2 thriller. And Team Posa tied it up at the buzzer to get us where we're at now.
Very back and forth game. Nobody taking the edge in this one. This one's what you want for the championship game. And grab your popcorn, ladies and gents. We got a good one.
Both teams jumpy off the draw, and it's Andrew Combs who jumps off the right wing and now joins the puck on the left wing. He'll fire a shot into the right side chest of Charlie Nebus. Leaks its way back out in a one-timer turn by Combs, who is absolutely firing out of a cannon to start the second half, covered up by Nebus.
Combs kind of looking like the only person right now skating with some vigor on the ice, as he's got 2 great chances, and his stick did snap earlier. We saw him come back to the bench at halftime and confirm that stick was gone. So new stick, and it's looking good so far.
New stick maybe can get some fire going in it. If you're Combs and get this back to it, or get this to a Team Posa lead, which would be the first one of the night. They trailed 1-0, tied up 1-1, trailed 2-1. Here's Duggan. Duggan leaves Schmaggy. Good stick by Wansel. Able to get the stick in the lane of the shot. Now the other way. Karadimas trying to fight through. Picked up by Aiden Duggan. Duggan on the wing trying to toe drag. He does. Loose puck finds a way to the slot, but couldn't be collected by Team Miller cleanly. Chase Stevens the other way. Stevens had it poked free. Andrew Combs to follow. Karadimas left it there for him. Number 41 in goal. Toe drags behind the back. That one leaks its way. Chase Stevens tucks it in front. Devin Solomon intercepts for Team Miller. Lucas Schmaggy will one-hand chip this one into the neutral zone. He'll take the clear attempt from Wilkerson and now enter the offensive end. Turns, leaves Duggan. Duggan fighting through. Adair in the slot will take it away. Now look out for Louis Adair. Over for Karadimas on the wing as Team Posa in the midst of a change. Karadimas to open ice. It ricochets and finds Adair. Adair, fresh off the bench, looking for a shot, is blasting. Good save, reaching across his chest from Nebus to cover it up.
And something to note in this one, Charlie Nebus, you just heard his name. He just made the save there. Both goaltenders continuing in this game because there are no goaltender subs. So Nebus, who we mentioned, played a game already. He's going to have to go another 60, and on the opposite side, Sherbati still between the pipes for Team Posa.
Sherbati has officially surpassed a full 60 minutes of action. On the other side, Charlie Nebus, he's over 90.
In a championship game, too, when you're trying your hardest.
Nick Smith picks up the loose change. Now the breakout. It's Maxwell Brandon who will turn and throw this one on net. Sherbati got a piece of it. Didn't look like he saw it cleanly as the rebound was cleared out by Wilkerson. Whitman Park fighting through the hit from Ulmer. Loose puck poked away by Alex Tebow, number 18 in gold. Tebow on the near side wing with a full head of steam taken away. It's Brandon. Brandon is 1-on-3 in the slot. Wanted to drag that one sharp inside and fire it, but it just bounced over his heel. Over in the near side corner, they battle. Everyone gravitates towards the wall. This puck finds Cyganski up at the point. That shot is blocked and bounces and ricochets for Ulmer. Whitman Park will throw off the wall. Brandon able to get it back in, and he's put over the boards. We saw how physical Team Posa was last week. My goodness, we know how they love to establish physicality. Fighting through the hit right there was Tebow. Loose puck picked up by Whitman Park. Just able to stay on sides is Alex Tebow. As Whitman Park battling with Evan Cyganski down low, Team Posa finishes their line change. This one chipped by Waylon Smith, and now a foot race, Tebow and Brandon. Tebow was coasting, but then looked back and saw Brandon on his horse, had to get on his horse himself. Nick Smith into open ice, but nobody on Team Miller in the corner gives time. For Waylon Smith, the wheel around the net. Up for Tebow, can't handle the breakout pass cleanly on the half wall. Turn and give to Ross Blastic. Good collection from 4-3 in gold. Blastic back into the high slot. He turns and fires. Good save with the lower right side pad. Aiden McDonald strips it from Caden Mason. McDonald poked away, got it back. Blastic takes it away. Here's an odd man rush. Ross Blastic trying to fight through. Taken away defensively on the back check by JT House.
Gosh, and Ross Blastic, he's got some speed and some skill. We haven't called his name much to a surprise. He's had a decent game quietly.
Sean Goff behind the net, hits the brakes, trying to center this puck in front. Works back down low, McDonald.
Ooh. McDonald for House, and what a save. That's an intuition save at best from Sherbati. Right place, right time.
And what a pass there from McDonald. The no-look backhander, JT House right in his wheelhouse. He gets the shot off, but into the middle of the body of Sherbati. He makes a save.
Face-off pushed back by DeBiro. Goff will walk, toe drag around Kochenis. He turns and leaves McDonald leaking down the wing. He fires that one just off the blocker, and it rims around the boards and out.
Because of that beautiful move by Goff, he feeds it back to the near side for McDonald. No defenseman over there all the time in the world for McDonald. He wants that shot back as he was looking for that far side corner all day long. Just missed it.
Breakout passes broken up and met. Now down the wing. Eddie Wheeler on the near side. Puts it with a backhand in front. He was able to get a piece and put it away to the far end corner. He doesn't know where it is, but luckily for him, it's below the goal line and bouncing around, not in possession of anybody.
Yeah, he got tied up with Kochenis there for a second, so he completely lost track of that puck.
Back for Kiro on the near side wing. Gets it by the pinch of Wheeler. Now DeBiro. DeBiro threw that one in deep. That one's covered up by Sherbati.
So far, this is one of those games where we've seen teams take control shift by shift, but it hasn't been multiple shifts together. It's been Team Posa, a good offensive zone possession. They lose it, get a change. Then Team Miller comes back with another. It's been so back and forth that really nobody is establishing their dominance in this game, and that's why we got a 2-2 tie currently.
Leaks to Jackson Leiter off the draw. Good block by Wansel in the slot. Now he starts to break out himself through the neutral zone. Was our player of the game for Team Posa last week. Defensively, he starts the offensive rush and tucks it towards the cage. Lucas Schmaggy collects and throws this one in the neutral zone. It's Noah Walter back covering for Wansel. He starts to break out. He lost the puck and somehow got it out.
Ooh.
Here's Andrew Combs down the wing. Combs, sharp window, puts it in front. That one ramps off of Baldridge and nearly into the blue paint. Baldridge will poke it by Combs behind the cage. Now the other direction, full head of steam, 3-on-2. Green. Cross ice they go. Turns, drops, Green, walks in front looking for Schmaggy. This one leaks its way back up top. Somehow kept in by Schweinigan. Poked it by Noah Walter. Schweinigan for Schmaggy. Schmaggy down low, looking for an outlet. Wraps up the wall to Leiter. Leiter gets by Combs. Another beautiful move defensively. Fires his puck in deep. Rebound is put back in front. Ricochets high into the slot. Leaks to Leiter. Settles. Turns. Fires a rocket just off the glass. Jackson Leiter having a heck of a shift on the blue line. Team Miller with a lot of pressure trying to regain the lead.
Team Miller up until that point, too, winning every single loose puck battle in the Team Posa end. Unfortunately, couldn't get one to go in, but great chances for them.
Andrew Combs on the long stretch from Adair. Looking up on the back check. It's dug in, fights through, but Adair gets enough of the body to chip him away from the puck.
And Adair, one of the smaller defenders in this league, not afraid to use the body at all. He welcomes the contact.
Really impressed with Louis Adair so far. Especially here in this championship game. It's Karadimas down the wing. He'll fire, easily gloved the side and covered up with 3:32 to go in the second.
Not the worst decision there. His team was pretty much going off in a change. All he had was one man in the zone with him. So put a puck on net, see what happens. He gets a face-off draw with that newly changed line behind him.
3.5 minutes to go. Karadimas, the face-off man for Team Post on the offensive end. He wins the face-off back to Tebow. Tebow will fire. That one ricochets over the glove and off the glass. It's Nick Smith on the half wall, riding up the wing, has all day. That pass is deflected. Able to get by as Duggan. Duggan can't get it past Team Post on the other side. Trying to fight through, they chip it in. Stevens down the wing. Stevens drags, angled away. Really good sound defense from both of these teams so far in this one.
Yeah, they're not letting many clean looks get on net right now. Not at all.
Tebow, head man for Stevens. Stevens will enter. Stevens splits the needle between two. Fires. What a paddle save by Nebus.
Right as we say the defense has been great, Stevens does that.
Chase Stevens has been everywhere. He was everywhere last week and a big part of their win. As here's Solomon. Solomon will turn and fire. That one's tracked into the glove by Sherbati and blown dead with 2:40 on the clock.
Sherbati making that save look easy as we're ticking down here in the second period. Just over 2:30 to go, a big third coming up. We haven't seen a goal since that buzzer beater at halftime with about 10 minutes remaining. It's a 2-2 game. This one's getting down to it here in the championship of Michigan Elite Hockey Young Guns Season 3.
Worked up the wall on the half wall far side, kept back in by Brannon. Brannon will turn and cycle, leaks to Cyganski. Cyganski fires this puck. That one goes wide. And it finds its way to the back of the net. Or excuse me, back of the netting on the apron. And we'll get a whistle. Don't want to confuse with any goals from a wacky angle.
No,
this is not a video game.
That apron's been gobbling up some pucks too. We've seen a number of whistles so far where it just dies on the back of the net and the refs say, let's do a redo on the dot.
Thrown back in behind, it's Waylon Smith. Smith had his pocket picked by JT House. Now thrown back up the wall, finds its way to McDonald in the slot. Waylon Smith trying to get it by Aiden McDonald will poke it to open ice. House had his pass blocked. Eddie Wheeler chips it trying to go to himself. Cyganski will pick it up at the blue. Cyganski breaks, corner, setting up the offense. Looking in front, bang, bang play on the back door for McDonald, but Sherbati answered the call. It's still Aiden McDonald with the puck on the perimeter. Turns and cycles this one in deep. After just missing a bang-bang play on the post. This one leaks back to Cyganski again, fakes the shot, gets a lane, middle of the ice, fires. That one gets blocked by Somerbashi, and now springs Eddie Wheeler the other way. Wheeler does not have the angle, absorbs the hit from Cyganski, but nobody in the slot as Brannon ramps it to McDonald the other direction. Both teams at the end of a shift exhausted. It's Aiden McDonald. Offsides is the call.
Yeah, I wanted to see what they had to give there. That was the end of the shift. You could tell the players were gassed as McDonald was just coasting into the zone.
No, a slash.
Oh.
Behind the play is called. They look at the box and they signal someone going to the bench and tell them to go to the box. I believe that's Sean Goff.
Wow.
Oh, no, it's one of the CC helmets. There's so many of them. There's 4 of them on the Team Miller bench. But that is who I believe it is. I will not slander the name of Sean Goff, so I will make sure before. And it is. 4-3 is put on the board. Face-off is 1 back, but too much as Adair in his own end. Pressured by Swinigan. He actually got by and had the angle, but instead will cycle it for Wansel.
Second power play opportunity here for Team Posa. They had one back in the first. Didn't really get anything going at all. Let's see if they can right the ship here on this man advantage.
Not right there. Green broke it up on Wansel. That one got broke up as well, but finds a stick of Walter in the second chance. Walter trying to fight through, being hounded. Green puts this one up the wall. Kept in by Wansel on the pinch. Pinballing puck. Finds Baldridge. Can't get the clear for Noah Walter leaking down. Walter, Baldridge again breaks it up and blows a tire in the process. Bit of a sporadic power play right now, but still in the zone with 1:15 to go in the man advantage, under 30 seconds in the frame. Arm in the air, it's a delayed penalty. Coach Ennis touches it, we're gonna be even. A hold in the corner is called, and that will evade the man advantage 54 seconds in.
It looks like I was gonna say they were calling it on Sorman, but I had the wrong man on that call. We'll see who does drift over to that penalty box eventually. It looks like it's Coach Ennis. And it is. So 4-on-4 hockey for 1:06 as we're evened up. Nothing going on that minute of power play there for Team Posa. They were in the offensive zone, but Team Miller hounded them. They couldn't clear it, but it didn't cost them there as they were still just making it very, very difficult to get any clean space of that puck.
Face off, 1 back, poked through the neutral zone all the way down to the Team Miller defensive end. We skate 4-on-4 for another minute before it'll be a shortened power play for Team Miller. They're first, but for now it's Jackson Leiter. Leiter trying to start the rush, poked free, bouncing puck, finds Adair. Adair couldn't get by, but Karadimas picks up the change on the back check, and that will end the period. No score after the halftime break, but the buzzer-beating goal by Team Posa from Olo Sorman, assisted by Noah Walter, makes a 2-2 game going to the third. 20 more minutes of Michigan Elite hockey, at least postseason hockey.
20 more minutes, and dare I say, this game is still tied up. We'll have some overtime to determine the champion of Season 3 of Michigan Elite Hockey, Young Guns. And it's the most improbable teams, too. It's the higher seeds. It's the number 4 seed in Team Posa taking on the number 3 seed in Team Miller, taking down their respective higher seeded opponents last week in the semis and battling it out here in the championship game. As the coaches are going to get a couple minutes to talk to their players one more time before we head to the final 20. Quick little goal recap. Alex Green opened up the scoring 5 minutes into the first period, assisted by Aiden Duggan. That's how the score ended after 21-0 in favor of Team Miller. And in the second period, 3 more goals came. AJ Kochenis tied the game up at 1, assisted by Costa Karadimas. And then Nick Smith on a rather fluky goal got the lead back for his squad. And then just before that halftime break, Noah Walter with a no-look spinning pass to Sorman tied us up at 2, and that's where we stand.
We talked about it amongst ourselves, Ryan. This game has been interesting because it's been a lot of good defense, bouncing pucks, broken up by sticks in the passing lanes. It's just been good, clean hockey. That wasn't clean at all. It was for Karadimas, who chipped it by. Karadimas for Combs. Combs drags. There's DeBiro. Back down low it goes into the corner. 3 members of Team Miller gravitate, and they'll walk away with the puck here. It's Schmaggy. 20 seconds left on the 4-on-4 before a makeshift power play. Schmaggy enters and drops for DeBiro. Walking down, he'll throw this one back behind the cage. Schmaggy in the corner. Schmaggy looking lighter. That one off of Wansel, open ice. Karadimas, it's going to be one-on-one with a back checker if he can get to this puck. End of the 4-on-4. It's going to be a power play the other direction. Andrew Combs with the puck on the far side. Short-handed for 50 seconds is Team Posa. Karadimas was absolutely gassed at the end of that shift. He'll go to the bench. Schmaggy enters. That one bounces away. Wansel drags it away. Wansel doesn't make the obvious play of dumping it away, which is what we've seen him do almost every single day. He's been lights out defensively. Elects to get the pass out. It's Adair wheeling the waste time. Louis Adair, 1-on-2. Adair to the backhand. Adair gets by. His backhand is wide. Cyganski, long stretches all the way down. Landon Whitlock in his own end. He'll take a little more time off as 10 seconds on the power play remains for Team Miller. This one intercepted. Solomon leaking. Fires. Blocker save. Rebound Whitlock. He'll turn and wrap this one around the wall on the far end. Waylon Smith got a piece. He's in a full race with Cyganski. Cyganski hits the ice and somehow gets that puck away with the stick. Thrown back into the slot. Cyganski able to get by. Back to 5-on-5 we skate. You're just joining us. Last period here of the championship game. 2-2 the score. Between Team Posa, Team Miller, Sean Massa, Ryan Radosevich. It's Charlie Nebus able to paddle that one away. Thrown back in deep by Team Miller. Waylon Smith for Chase Stevens. At the end of a shift, he will just send this one down.
Ooh.
It'll flutter its way to the goal line, or will it?
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Oh, they call it either way.
It looked like it was going to settle right on the goal line and not make it. But the benefit of the doubt in the corner, and you see a parent over in the corner signaling no icing.
It stopped. I think it had half an inch the way it was traveling, and it didn't look like it stopped, but hey, they make the call either way. So unfortunately for Team Posa, it's brought all the way back into their end, but they do get the line change that they needed, though.
Face-off pushed over to the corner by Ross Blastic. It's Maxwell Brandon at the half wall. He'll fire, blocker to side by Sherbady. Caden Mason, that pass a little bit too much for Eddie Wheeler. And it's Alex Kiro for Brandon. That puck wraps off of Waylon Smith. Smith chips it off the glass to the winger Blastic, who leaves for Wheeler. The Brighton teammates connect on the breakout as Wheeler gets crushed by JT House. Nothing will match the physicality we saw between Team Slater and Team Posa, but this is getting pretty darn close.
Yeah, last week it was so chippy between those two squads. This week it's ramping up.
McDonald, 2-on-1, backdoor tap in, Brandon scores! Another goal off a turnover, and Aiden McDonald connects with Maxwell Brandon. It's 11-12, and it makes it a 3-2 game for Team Miller.
That is obviously not what you want to have happen. The turnover in front, once again, Team Miller able to capitalize off an own zone turnover from Team Posa. This time, absolutely nothing Sherbady could do. 2 men in front, Aiden McDonald and Maxwell Brennan. There's no chance. There's no defenseman to help. McDonald slips it over to Brennan. Brennan, open net, pots that one. They take the lead here in the third.
Over on the far side, Kochenis for Sorman. Sorman through the middle of the ice for Walter. Team Miller has not trailed today. They've led 1-0 and 2-1 and now 3-2.
But every time Team Miller has scored, Team Posa has answered in not too long a time. We'll see if they could do it again.
They look in front to do so. Kochenis had it bounce away. Swinigan couldn't get it out. Walter had it broken up. Kiro will get it out. It's Alex Tebow who will fire this one off the glass behind the cage. On the near side, trying to catch Team Miller off guard. Kochenis in the corner. First goal of the game for Team Posa belonged to number 8 in gold. Been one of the standout players for Team Posa all summer. Mark Baldridge. Breakout pass through the middle, finds Alex Green. He had the first goal of the game for Team Miller. It's Swinigan. Green, tight window to get it there, and a good defensive play by Wilkerson.
Great defensive play, but what a pass there from Swinigan to even get it over to Green.
Turnover in front, paddle by Sherbati. Battling, Duggan scores! Somehow, some way, it got through. Back-to-back goals, and for the first time today, Team Miller leads by 2.
Two colossal mistakes by Team Posa in their own end in the span of about 2 minutes, and it cost them. Duggan able to slip it 5-hole, and Sherbati, he had it covered. He just moved his leg ever so slightly just to get his positioning in the crease, and right when he did that, Duggan slips it through. An unfortunate goal that you got to forget about quickly if you're Sherbati and Team Posa.
Stevens to Karadimas, trying to answer. Karadimas walks, looks, Combs whiffed, fired, Nebus save, rebound back out. Wansel fires that one wide. Combs on the post and sprawling is Nebus.
Oh my God.
What a save from Charlie Nebus. He got just enough of it for it to go wide.
Oh, and Combs, 2 grade A chances there. Whiffed on the first one. The low angle one goes through the crease right over the goaltender. Oh my goodness, Charlie Combs. Excuse me, Andrew Combs.
Louis Adair. Schmaggy trying to get by Adair, broke it up, a loose change, picked up by Team Miller in the corner. This one centered in front, leaks its way through the slot, now onto the near side. Stevens to Karadimas. Karadimas broken up by Leiter. Stevens backtracking, will pick up that puck. Battling in the corner, Karadimas walks with it, he backhands his one up top. It finds its way to Adair, sharp shot on the collection, but it's blocked and makes its way to Leiter, who starts to break out, starts to rush. It's an odd man rush at that. Leiter cross the ice. Here's a good chance on the glove side post, but Adair got a stick on it.
Good defense by Adair, getting the stick in the lane, making sure that that couldn't get off cleanly. And Team Posa, I did say when Team Miller did get that first goal in, that Brennan goal before the Duggan one, we'll see how they respond. They just responded there. Great opportunities. They just couldn't get one into the back of the net there.
A lot of hockey to be played, has to be the message. 14 and a half minutes to go here in the third. It is 4-2, the largest lead of the day for Team Miller. They have only led this game. They've been tied and in the lead. They have not trailed. This one leaks its way back, Cyganski. Back up top, Nick Smith is broken up by Caden Mason. Mason collects with the skate. Mason gets by. Ulmer got just enough to push him away. Cyganski in to help in the near side corner. He'll throw this one up the wall in the breakout. It's McDonald who collects. McDonald trying to get by. Bouncing puck, finding McDonald. Somehow got it to Brannon, but it's poked free. Whitman Park with the puck. He'll throw up the boards into the neutral zone. Cyganski, D-to-D pass. Ulmer. That one off the stick of Waylon Smith. Waylon Smith sends this one all the way down, looking for a prayer, but it won't be answered as the icing is called.
Yeah, he wanted to connect with Landon Whitlock, but Whitlock got a little bit tied up there, couldn't get down the ice, so an icing brings this puck all the way back. 13:33 to go in the third period. 2 huge mistakes by Team Posa, and Team Miller capitalizes for the first 2-goal lead in this one. How does Team Posa battle their way back in this?
It's Olo Sorman off of the draw. He'll dump that one in. Skates got tied up, but an arm in the air, so there must have been a stick as well, and Team Posa will get their third power play of the game.
There we go. That's a great way to get back into this one, as Blastic, I believe, got tripped up on the play, so it should be Team Posa heading to their third power play. They had about 45 seconds in one not too long ago, as it was Sorman who did get tripped up there. So back to the power play. Go Team Posa in a crucial situation.
Eddie Wheeler, the face-off man. He'll face off against Alex Green. Wheeler poked that one forward into the corner. One reversed back up the wall, kept in by Waylon Smith. He'll throw it off the wall and cycle it back down low by the goal line. Wheeler
Turns and leaves onto the near side corner. They battle. Back down low. Sorman for Wheeler in the far end corner. Works it back up top to Bashi. Over for Wheeler on the half wall. Wheeler walks. Wheeler fires. That one's an easy save with no pressure or no traffic for Charlie Nebus.
Yeah, you wish you get a little bit of a better opportunity there on your first shot. But a big thing that Team Posa just did, they won the face-off draw. Because of that, they didn't have to group at center. If I could get my words out, they didn't have to fight for the puck. They got a clean, and because of that, that's the first shift on the power play all game long where they just had a clean look and were able to cycle the puck well. And because of that, I mean, hey, they got a opportunity, but we've seen in other power plays this day so far for them. It has not been clean, and they haven't gotten the best of chances.
That breakout gets in and out of the stick of Olo Sorman. 1:15 remaining on the power play. Waylon Smith overskated that one.
You don't want this power play to go to waste, especially with 12:30 to go in a championship game where you all of a sudden find yourself down by 2.
Bashi for Waylon Smith, officially halfway through the man advantage. Just looking for something to feel good about in this power play, preferably something that makes it a 1-goal game. Blastic fighting through the forecheck from Schmaggy, ties him up, and that's going to get a call. Be careful of your Blastic, who threw the stick away. There won't be an offsetting penalty. It'll be 6-on-4 while we skate, and now a whistle will get blown as Shabati got to the bench.
Yeah, Schmaggy for a second, he had decent positioning, but once he put that arm over the shoulder, you can't do that, and the ref's going to call that. I'm surprised that Blastic didn't get a retaliation for throwing the stick, because Blastic was not happy about that play at all, rightfully so. But they'll be able to have, how much? 38 seconds of 5-on-3. This is huge.
You score in 38 seconds. You're still in the power play. You're down 1. This is big. Wilkerson off the draw. Tebow leaking down the wing. But that puck was not in his wheelhouse. Stevens, a good check turnover. Combs looking in front. That one off of the skate. He was looking for Karadimas. 25 seconds left on the 5-on-3. Cross ice, Tebow winds and fires. Blocker to side. Combs on the rebound. Karadimas near side wing, half wall walking. Looking for Tebow. Leaking down. That puck is just past the blade.
God, that pass was just so quick.
Back down low, Stevens. 10 seconds left on the 5-on-3. This one leaks its way. Brandon will fire it down and end the 2-man advantage. It'll still be 1:20 seconds of a power play. As look out, Shabati put this one in the slot, and neither defenseman went for it. But Wilkerson gets it to Karadimas. Karadimas dances down the half wall. Karadimas looks. That one got blocked and sent down. This almost feels like a must score next minute.
Yeah, and that pass there from Karadimas, that was just too forced. You could have spun to the corner, taken it around the net, and instead he tried to force it through 2, and because of that, valuable power play time taken off the clock.
Here's Andrew Combs. Combs had it poked away, but Tebow is right there to get it back. Sent back to the wall. Combs. Karadimas dragged and fires. Sharp angle, scores! Somehow got it past the glove. Sharp angle makes it a 1-goal game. Just like that, the must-score minute is a must-score 14 seconds. Team Posa's back in it.
Beautiful little curl and drag with the puck. Uses that defenseman in front of him as a bit of a shield, and the quick release. The drag with the release absolutely shocked us. It shocked Nebus there in net. Beautiful spot, too. Finds the back of the net. That's a huge goal on the power play, and they're right back into it.
Talked about how do you answer when you have just a couple minutes of sloppy play. Well, there it is. Karadimas doing what he does best, and right as I was about to say, he's been one of their leading scorers all year. He has nothing today. They need him to get something. He gets one. 1-goal hockey game with 10.5 minutes to go. Breakout pass from Leiter gets blocked back into the offensive end for Team Posa. Back down behind the cage. Long stretch, DeBiro through the middle of the ice, 3-on-2. DeBiro onto the far side wing, back up for Smith. Smith turns and fires this one towards the cage. It ricochets, finds its way in front. They score! What an answer from Team Miller in front. And it's a 5-3 hockey game. 10:05 to go in the third.
And right when Team Posa gets within 1, Team Miller answers yet again. That puck was sitting there in the danger zone. And just nobody got a touch on it. It was just Team Miller that hopped on it, able to get the shot off. Beautiful shot past the glove side of Shabati. Not much you could do in tight with a quick release like that. And that's tough there if you're Team Posa to swallow.
Just when you get one back, it goes the other way. Lewis Adair off the draw to control.
And a shorthanded goal as well.
Big hit from Adair to take out Leiter, but it's dug in.
Sorry, not sure-handed goal. Scratch that. Apologies.
We're back to even strength after the power play strike from Karadimas as Wansel's behind his own cage. Under 10 minutes to go, and just like that, it's back to a 2-goal game. Team Posa's been resilient all year. House fires this one, looking backdoor for McDonald. McDonald back up Zyganski. McDonald on the half wall. Didn't have a clean look at it, so it was fired in deep to keep the puck in the offensive end and away from Louis Adair. At least for the time being, because Louis Adair has the puck in the corner. Danced, lost it, nearly blew an edge too. Takes a hit from House. It's McDonald, short side, good save. Rebound in front, Shabani, 2 saves it, ricochets again, and stays out. Coach Shennis is 1-on-3, fighting through. He's hooked, no arm in the air.
Wow. They're letting some things go in this game that I would never think of letting go.
Coach Shennis down the wing on the near side. He just fought through that hook. He's angled off into the corner. Team Posa needs one bad. Mason takes a hit from Leiter. McDonald on the far side, half wall, will turn and fire this one out. Adair was leaking towards the center of the ice, so it makes its way out. 8.5 minutes to go here in the third period of a 5-3 hockey game. JT House has been headhunting this shift, forcing physicality. Green takes a big hit from Adair. Trying to answer that physicality right back and tell Team Miller we're not going to be pushed around. But Caden Mason overskates. Here's Schmaggy being angled away by Adair. Schmaggy, that went off the stick of Waylon Smith and nearly into the net. It just stayed out, and Louis Adair with it. That one off of the skate and it's going to leak its way. Glove down by Waylon Smith. It's Mark Baldridge. Baldridge. That one up, Somer Bashi. Physicality really picking up here. Ulmer's breakout pass is off the skates of Brandon, finds Lucas Schmaggy. Whitman Park, blown up by the pinch from Ulmer and thrown back in deep. Under 8 minutes to go at 7:45 and ticking. Whitlock had it hop over his stick, it's Baldridge. Waylon Smith. Over onto the wing, the breakout ensues. Park had to fight through. He's absolutely crushed as the icing's waved off. Nebus all the way out. He stuck his leg out to get the blast stick. I'm shocked they didn't call that. Instead, it's the other way on the breakout. Schmaggy can't collect the sharp angle pass. It's all the way down. No icing called. Wilkerson, he'll wheel. Landon Wilkerson, the defenseman. Whitman Park collects it in the skates. Bounces away to the neutral zone. Eddie Wheeler. Wheeler to the outside. Wheeler got by one, can't get by Sean Goff. He's tied up with Goff in the corner. Goff looking for a penalty. He won't get it. Whistles being swallowed in the wailing minutes of this one. It's Lucas Schmaggy. He'll fire. That one went through a defenseman and off of the high blocker side of Shabati.
Good shot taken there by Schmaggy. Firing it between the legs, well, the left leg and the stick of Wilkerson there on that opportunity. Wasn't far off. If you're Team Posa, though, this is a bit of a scary situation because last week Team Miller was in this same spot and they closed out the game so well. They were winning 5-4 against Team Morgan and they ended up winning that game 9-5. They closed it out very, very well. You find yourself down 2, it's going to be an uphill battle against the squad.
Wheeler, far side for Tebow. He'll fire. Good save. That one ricochets in. Oh, my goodness, Alex Tebow. The luckiest puck luck you'll ever see. It ricochets off the blocker and behind Nebus, and Team Posa, like they have all season against all odds, are in this hockey game.
Well, there we go. That's the way to get the puck into the back of the net. Nebus is going to be disappointed in himself for that one because it took a awkward bounce off himself and somehow goes over his shoulder behind the net. Team Posa with a lucky break, and hey, that might be the hockey gods getting back even in this one because Team Miller got 2 goals off of turnovers. That one's a bit of a fluky goal for Team Posa, and they're back in this one.
That one ricochets back up to Tebow. Wilkerson wanted him to fire. He went D to D, and it springs 3-on-2 the other way. Smith turns, drops over to the backhand, looking in front. Good play by Tebow to get that one down. This one leaks its way in front. What a save, Shabati on the doorstep. Thrown back behind the net panically by Team Posa. But anywhere but the front of the net is the motto right there. Team Posa just will not go away. They have not led today. They trail by 1. Under 6 minutes to go at 5:45 now.
Yeah, and Team Posa, this is the lowest seeded team coming into the playoffs. They proved that they should be here, beating the #1 seed in Team Slater last week in very, very tough game.
Sean Goff will fire. That one went over the helmet and nearly snuck right under the bar, or at least grazed the bar. Instead, it's Alex Tebow who just scored that crazy goal. The angle's taken away defensively on the zone entrance. Nick Smith on the other end. Can't get it by Adair. Adair fighting through a hit. Louis Adair centers this one for Combs. Combs fought through a blind side from McDonald. Back up for Stevens. Stevens drags, trying to get a lane. Stevens back in the corner battling against Alex Kiro. It leaks its way back into the half wall, battling again. Adair. Adair fires that one into the chest of Nebus and covered up. 4:53 to go, and that leads me right to the point of right now, if you're Team Posa, that lucky goal goes in, one of the luckiest bounces you've gotten all summer, you have to attack Nebus while he might be in his own head a little.
Yeah, that's a tough one to give up if you're a goaltender. And you said it right. You want to attack him, and you want to attack him now. If he makes any other mistake, that's just the cherry on top after the last goal.
This one back in front, put back up to McDonald and thrown back out. See if Team Miller turns into a shell and just tries to play absolute shutdown for 4 minutes and 40 seconds that's remaining between them and atop the mountain of Michigan Elite.
I honestly will be surprised if they do, because last week they did not turn into a shell at all. They kept the offense going.
Duggan will fire. That one was blocked by Wansel. He'll start the rush for Kochenis. Kochenis is really all alone. He'll cycle it in deep. Nebus out of his cage. He'll settle it down. Bouncing puck. Kiro. Kiro off the wall. Mason. Mason collects into the corner. Drags Mason to the net. Mason with the backhand. That one just wide. Tried to go short side. Wansel centers it in front. Back down below it goes. It cycles up the near side wall. Cycles back down on the near side. Good hold right there from Landon Whitlock.
4 minutes to go.
McDonald on the far side half wall. He'll send this one in the neutral zone. Adair backhand sauce for Wansel, D-to-D. Wansel will chip this one in. Glove down by Kiro before it got by the defense. Kiro back out to the neutral zone it goes. JT House just got it to Duggan. Duggan looking, broken up by Caden Mason at his own blue. Mason fights through the stick of JT House, now enters, but just lost it on the move. Duggan wraps it around the near side wall, and it leaks its way all the way in the neutral zone. Bashy for Mason, who's been on the ice for a solid 90 seconds straight at the end of it, makes a move to the outside. Team Miller on the breakout again. They just look content with holding this puck as long as they can. It gets over. Schmaggy collects the change. He'll fire a slap shot that gets blocked by Bashy. That one stung. JT House put it towards the cage. It goes around the boards. Thrown back in. House ran into Smith, and oh my goodness, I'm shocked.
That one was accidental. I'm glad they didn't raise the hand up for that.
Whitman Park. Sauce to the slot. This one pushed towards into the corner. Karadimas. Karadimas turns and fires. Got up to Smith up top. Smith walks looking for the tip from Park. Just wide.
Wasn't far off there.
This one thrown towards and paddled aside by Nebus. Brannon fought through, kept in by Smith. Nebus got a skate on it, leaks its way. Smith kept it for the moment before JT House got it back out. In the midst of a change, his Team Miller, it's Ross Blastic. Blastic will turn and fire. Rebound, Cyganski, what a stick. This one chipped out. Waylon Smith keeps it. Waylon Smith down in the play in the corner, looking at center in front for Karadimas. Tied back up, pinballing around and found by Team Miller. It's Lucas Schmaggy. 2:07 to go. Keep an eye on the net to our left with Jacob Sherbati. Winwell Severio Posa. Call him to the bench. It's Bashy. This one ricochets back up top. It's Alex Green who takes it away. 2-on-1 the other way. Swinigan has Schmaggy down the left side. Goes for Schmaggy, but Schmaggy at the end of a shift wasn't going to the cage.
Schmaggy's been out there for so long. His tank is completely empty.
So as Karadimas, he has the puck now. Puts it in front for Whitman Park, who's also at the end of a long shift.
Sherbati's asking the bench to see if he wants to go. Still in there.
They're not looking at him. He's not leaking away from the crease because they can't establish the zone with under 90 seconds to go now. Wilkerson behind his own cage. Fresh legs on the ice for Team Posa. That's big. But who will be the extra attacker has to be the question mark. It won't happen now. That's all the way down for an icing.
Oh. 1:14 to go in the last period of Michigan Elite Hockey Young Guns Season 3. This championship game is building up to the hype. The underdog seeds defeating the higher dogs and coming into this championship, and we've had ourselves an absolute feast back and forth, and it looks like we've got a timeout from one of the coaches to talk this over. Sam Posa is going to be able to talk to his squad, and Kip Miller, the former Hobie Baker winner at Michigan State University back in '90, is going to talk to his squad as well and see how they are going to defend this lead.
5-4, 1:14 to go in the third. Team Posa has not led a single time tonight. They have been tied a handful of times when they've trailed by 1 and 2 respectively. Multiple times they fought back to 5-4, clawed their way from 6 feet under after the ugly turnovers led to a 4-2 game. But Team Miller has really sharpened up.
And that point you just mentioned, the 2 turnovers from Team Posa in their own end leading to 2 Team Miller goals. That's a point of the game where you could look at those mistakes and you could shut down. You could let the opponent get their momentum, keep it going, and close out the game. That is not what happened to Team Posa. There's a reason why they're in this game. They're playing great, and they find themselves 1 goal down with 74 seconds remaining. We got to finish here in the Big B Coffee Ice Cube of Brighton.
Face-off, pushed back over towards the wall to Alex Green. Wilkerson back down low.
You got to believe once this puck hits center ice, Sherbati's gone.
1 minute to go. Combs at center ice. Sharp window for Karadimas. Sherbati
Sherbati's
hits the
out.
bench. Length of the ice. Posted in. A mistake. The third one of the day. The third mistake leads to the third goal against off of a mistake. And it's Sean Goff over 100 feet into the cage. It's 6-4, and it might be the nail in the coffin. Oh, my goodness. So anticlimactic.
Oh, man. And I wish they wanted to listen to me. Sure, they're not listening to me, though. They're listening to the coach. That puck, once it reached center, Sherbati was gone, and it was just a little bit too early because they didn't get in that offensive zone cleanly. Goff got it fired at the length of the ice. Empty net goal pretty much as Sherbati couldn't get back. And is that it?
It might be. 56 seconds to go. Clock is ticking as Wilkerson down low. Now if you're Team Posa, you need a prayer. Sherbati looks at the bench and he heads there. Stevens will throw this one in deep. Everything goes to the cage. If your Team Posa trying to recover. Combs trying to tug it back up top. Leiter working up the wall. He'll somehow get through 4 and put this one to the neutral zone.
33 seconds on the clock. Everybody on both benches standing up right now.
Nick Smith shoved down. This one works its way back up top. It's Tebow. Leiter back into the neutral zone. 18 seconds to go.
You need one. You need it now.
Olo Sorman onto that. Nebus paddles it aside. Goff chips it away. Tebow keeps it in. Team Miller on their feet on the bench. 6 seconds to go. 5. The countdown starts. Wilkerson fans, and that will do it. The mountain of Michigan Elite Hockey belongs to Team Miller in 2025. We couldn't have asked for a more cinematic playoff run, and we get it to go. 6-4 the final here. The 3-seed Team Miller defeats the 4-seed Team Posa in a game that went all the way to the end. And for Team Miller, they did not trail once.
Well deserved for Kip Miller's squad. It went back and forth, but you mentioned it. No lead squandered from Team Miller. Team Posa gave it their absolute all, and you love to see it in the championship, but it is once again going to be a Kip Miller coach squad taking home at that trophy, and we'll throw it down to Mike Wainwright with some special announcements.
Both teams, that was a fantastic season. Team Posa and Team Miller. This year's Michigan Elite Hockey 2025 champions, the ever-famous Team Miller. Team Miller, come on up here for your championship rings and a photo to be blasted all over social media.
Team Miller gets awarded their trophy of the 2025 Michigan Elite Young Guns Champions. Sean Massa, Ryan Radosevich, that brought you the action.
It was absolute cinema from the puck drop of game 1 of the playoffs to the final buzzer of game 4 here between Team Posa and Team Miller. Ryan, take us through the scoring before we step aside and bring you Aiden Duggan and potentially, hopefully, Coach Miller.
Well, it all started back in the first. Alex Green got the first goal of the game. That's how it ended after 20 minutes. In the second period, AJ Kochenis tied us up. Nick Smith reclaimed the lead for his squad, but it was a buzzer beater before halftime. Olo Sorman tied us up at 2, and we are neck and neck. That's basically how the play went throughout the first half of the game. In the third period, it was Maxwell Brennan reclaiming the lead, and they doubled up on mistakes by Team Posa. Aiden Duggan got the second one, improved the lead to 4-3, or 4-2 rather, until Costa Karadimas got one back in. So back within one was Team Posa. And Derek Anderson a couple minutes later, 5-3 now for his squad. Alex Tebow in the dying minutes of the game fired one towards the net, and it got in. That was with 4 minutes to go. And Team Posa tried, but the empty netter by Sean Goff iced the game. And Team Miller's squad, coming in as the number 3 seed to the playoffs, takes home the championship. And what a great season, all season long. Thanks for joining us for a couple months. And we got, hopefully, one extra interview. We'll see.
We will bring you Aiden Duggan after a 15-goal playoff run by Team Miller takes them from the 3 seed to the top of the food chain. We'll step aside, bring you back shortly. Sean Massa joined by Aiden Dugan after a big-time championship win for Team Miller here at Michigan Elite. Aiden, you had a big goal in the third, and a big assist to open up the scoring. Walk me through your night tonight.
I was just in the zone. I was making the right plays, and I was finding open players, and I was just trying to get the puck to the net as much as I could.
Getting the puck to the net, exactly what you guys did. 9 goals last week in the semifinal, 6 today in the championship. The offense exploded and really stepped up. Kind of walk me through your guys' mentality.
We're just trying to get pucks on net and play back as well. Try to not let them score as much as we did.
And then, obviously, it's a summer league. You want to have fun, but everyone wants to win. You just like the feeling of getting that victory. How does it feel for you guys now? How does it feel before you head into that locker room and celebrate?
Dude, it feels amazing, especially after that upset victory on the first game.
Thank you so much, Aiden. Great game for Aiden Dugan. An opening assist and a big-time goal in the third period to seal the deal. 6-4. Team Miller wins and is atop the mountain of Michigan Elite Hockey in 2025.